before any speech I ever make, I always acknowledge my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because it said if you don't acknowledge him, he's not going to acknowledge you. And I also want to acknowledge my wife, Julie, because she's in this fight with me. And I want to thank all the speakers today because, they're in a fight as well. And I want to thank all of you for being here, because let me tell you, God is good, is he not? God is good. And I want to do a little housekeeping. I got to do a little housekeeping before I get into my speech. And my housekeeping is about, I couldn't believe it. Sunday was just about yesterday. And on the pulpit, in some people's church, they were talking about me. Can you believe it? Even Reverend Warnock was talking about me. Yeah, no, we'll give him his due. We'll give him his due. And he said, because I called him out of what was happening with Columbia Towers, and I don't know if y'all heard about that, but this apartment building that he's been taking advantage of poor people, and he's been trying to evict them. And he said, because I called him out, I'm talking about Jesus. Yes, he did. He said, because I called him out, I'm talking about Martin Luther King. But we need to let him know that he's not Jesus and he's not Martin Luther King. He has gotten himself a little bit confused. He's a little bit confused, but that's okay, because most people that know him well say he's a great actor. And he's been acting as he's a minister. He's been acting as he's a senator. And he may not know, but it's time for him to go. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I told everyone before I decided to run, I'm not this politician. I don't look like one. I don't sound like one. I don't act like one. Because I'm that warrior for God that he's been looking for. That's going to go to Washington and taking Jesus Christ with him to Washington. Because I told everyone Jesus can block and I can run. And I'm going to tell you why I know that he has called me for a time like this. Because I thought he called me to play football, but no, that wasn't what it was. Because I was this little black kid. Y'all didn't know I was black, did you? I found this out the other day. I was this little black kid from middle Georgia in this little town called Wrightsville, Georgia. And I tell everyone, if you got 1 year to live, move to Wrightsville. That year's forever. Same old, same old. My mom told me I was big bone, which meant I was fat. And I used to have a speech impediment, so for 4 years of my life, I never went out for a recess. For 4 years of my life, I never spoke in a classroom. But because of the grace of God, he had a mission for me. He had a mission for me, he was getting me ready. And I didn't know what that's just such a time as this. And he got me this scholarship to go to the University of Georgia. Yes, got me to become a dog. I became a dog. Roof, roof, roof. I became a dog. And then, no. And this little fat stuttering kid got a chance to win a Heisman Trophy. Think about it. Got a chance to win a Heisman Trophy. But God had another plan. He was still working on me. And he said, what I'm going to do with him, I'm going to put him on the 1992 Olympic bobsled team. Think about it. There's absolutely no snow here in Georgia. He put me on the 1992 Olympic bobsled team. And then he said, no, that's not enough. He put me 15 years of pro football. Can you believe that? 15 years of pro football. But he said, no, he's not ready yet. He's not ready yet. He had to break me. And then when he had to break it, that means he had to wash you in his blood. He has to wash you in his blood. What he did then, they told me I had a mental problem. Think about it. And I'm talking, Herschel Walker got a mental problem? I'm talking about myself in third person, but I know that. And I decided, when you got a problem, you got to get that problem taken care of. So I go out to this hospital out in California. And as I'm sitting in this hospital, I go, whoa, these people here are crazy. These people here are crazy. I'm not like them. I'm not like nobody in this hospital. But as I learned from my mom, we all fall short of the glory of God. And that's when I became born again. And that's when I got out of that hospital and my life blossomed again. That's when I built this company. And people don't talk about this company. I built this chicken company. Don't know nothing about chicken, but I built the largest minority-owned food service company in the United States of America because of the grace of God. No. And then this one was so funny. Y'all didn't know this about me. I always, and I'm going to talk about our military in a minute. I always wanted to be in the military. I thought I was cut out to be a Marine. Think about it. I thought I was cut out to be a Marine. So I wasn't going to college. I was not going to college. I was going to the Marines. But my mom came to me and she said, Bo, because my nickname is Bo. And y'all probably thought of Bo Jackson, but I'm going to tell you, Bo Jackson never beat Herschel Walker in anything. That's what's so funny. But this one was so funny. My mom said, Bo, she said, Bo, if your mind and your heart are pure of Jesus, no matter what decision you make, God will make it right for you. So I decided to flip a coin. That's how I ended up at the University of Georgia. But then this one was so funny. After I got out of that hospital, I started working with the military. I started going to a base. Every 3 weeks, I started going to a base, working with the military, trying to move the stigma of mental health from the military. And that was so, I had such a great time doing that. But then something happened. God said, you're ready now. He said, you're ready now. So I started watching television. Whoa, don't be watching TV. No, don't be watching television. Because as I was watching TV, I saw on the news where this guy named Raphael Warnock. He came, no, give him his due, because he came on the television, and I remember the first thing he said was, America need to apologize for its whiteness. Oh, yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did. And then he said, America problem they have is racism. And I'm like, wait a minute, he's a man of the cloth. In the Bible I read, God don't know nothing about your color. No, he don't. He don't know nothing about your color. He knows about your heart. He don't know about your color. He knows about your heart. And no. And I said, what he's trying to do, he's trying to separate you to get your vote. He's trying to fool you and take you down. I'm going to tell you this other story. Y'all got to stay with me here. Stay with me for a moment as I heard this story about this man that died early in life. He died early in life, and as he got to heaven, St. Peter met him at the pearly gates. And St. Peter said, sir, you're here a little bit early right now. Said, your name ain't on the roll. Said, you're the only one in history that's going to get an opportunity to decide where you want to go. Said, I'm going to take you to heaven and I'm going to take you to hell, and you can get to determine where you like to be. So he puts him in his elevator, takes him all the way down to hell, and the doors open up. And there's a party going on. He sees some of his friends down there. He's having a good time. And after a couple of hours, St. Peter came to him and said, sir, you ready? You ready to go? You ready to go? He said, I got to leave now. I said, yeah, you got to leave. You got an important decision to make. So he puts him in his elevator, takes him all the way up to heaven, and the doors open up, and there's people floating around on clouds, having a good time, just talking. After a couple of hours, St. Peter came to him and said, have you made your mind up? Have you made your mind up? And the guy said, well, St. Pete, I hate to tell you this, I think I want to go to hell. Yes, he did. I think I want to go to hell. That seems like my type of place. So he puts him in his elevator, sends him all the way back down to hell, and the doors open up now. It's hot. People are crying, they're having a miserable time, and the guy said, wait a minute, a couple of hours ago when I was here, there was a party going on. And Satan shows up and said, a couple of hours ago I was campaigning. And I'm telling you that right now, because when I started watching on television, I started watching Raphael Warnock campaigning. He campaigning for you. He campaigning for your vote. He wants you to vote for him by lying to you, telling you this is the new normal. But God said, I need a warrior to tell you, no, it's not. Because I'm going to go up against a wolf in sheep's clothing. This guy that stands in a pulpit that tell people that you're white, you're no good. You're telling your kids when they go to schools, instead of teaching them about arithmetic, instead of teaching them how to spell, he want to teach CRT. Instead of teaching them how to add and how to spell and all that, he want to teach them gender ideology. And then instead of teaching them how to protect themselves, he want to put men and women in sports. And I said, oh, no, he's not. Not on my watch, that's not going to happen. Right now, we need people in Washington that are going to get stronger, that's going to be that warrior that God is calling me, and I'm that warrior right now. Because I tell you right now, I'm that warrior right now. And it is time for him to get out of that office. That seat belonged to the great people of Georgia. That seat don't belong to him. Because let me tell you what he did. And he don't want to tell you all this. You know, he voted. Now think about this. He feels that men can be released from prison without serving their sentence. He believes in opening up prison, letting people go free. Yes, he does. He believes in that. And then he believes in no cash bail. He called all men and women in blue thugs and bullies and stuff. Now the morale is down. Recruitment is down. And even they tried to get me in that elevator. They tried to get me in that elevator because one night I was leaving my campaign office. And as I'm leaving my campaign office, I see this police officer that pulled over this car. And I see this white car. I still remember this little white car with these dark windows. As I see the officer walking up to it, I start getting nervous. That what is this officer going to do to this guy? What is he going to do to this guy? Maybe this officer need to be reformed. Now, wait a minute. They're not taking me down that elevator. Because maybe the citizen need to be reformed because everybody want to go home safe. But what we've done, we put people that in Washington that don't respect our law enforcement no more. Well, I said I will respect them and I will have their backs, and we got to always have their back. We got to always support our law enforcement. You know, right now, this is the toughest time to be a law enforcement. They go out and do the job a lot of other people won't do, and they do it well. They're just like anyone else. They're moms, they're dads, they're brothers, they're sisters. But yet we got people in Washington that have forgotten about it. And then yet I talked about our military. I talked about our military, the most fighting force I've ever seen. Most lethal fighting force ever assembling in the world today is our United States military. That's the reason we're the greatest country in the world, and we got the greatest military in the world. But yet, we got these people in Washington that become weak. They become weak that they want to bring pronouns into our military. Pronouns in our military. Like what the heck is a pronoun? I don't even know what a pronoun is. I can tell you right now, grenades don't know nothing about no pronoun. Bullets don't know what color your skin is. And yet they want to bring pronouns. That's what they want to do. Y'all seen them making our military weak. They're making us weak. They say they make you weak, woke, and broke. That's what they're going to do to us. Weak, woke, and broken. No, it won't happen on my watch. It won't happen on my watch, because what I want to do is I'm going to get behind our military as well. Because you know what? When they always make that term, you heard them say it. You know what they said? They said, hey guys, you know what? We're the strongest military in the world, but yet they're talking our military down. They said, you know, we got to be safe. The only way you can be safe by supporting our United States military, having them to get behind us, and we get behind them. That's how we're going to get safe. We're going to get saved like that. That's what I'm going to do. And I remember my father told me this. And I'm going to tell all you this. When my father told me no, he meant no. That's what we need in Washington. Somebody going to say no. And we need somebody in Washington. My father told me, boy, you getting too big for your britches. If you don't like the rules underneath my roof, you can leave my house. We need to get somebody in Washington that's going to say, if you don't like the rules of the United States of America, you can leave. You don't have to stay here. You can get out of here. You don't have to stay here. That's what you need in Washington right now. That's the reason I'm that warrior that's going to Washington. I'm not going to Washington to be a politician. I'm going to that Washington to protect my family. And all of you are my family. And I'm not going to let them do it to you and no one else. Because they're not going to continue to do what they're doing to the greatest country in the world today. Because they get mad. They get mad when you say, make America great again. Can you believe that? Don't you live in America? Shouldn't you want America to be great? If you live here, you sure want it to be great. You be like Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you don't want to be last. I'm tell you what, I don't want to be last. And you know what? All of us are good people. We're good people, and we deserve to have good things with us. And yet, the guy I'm running against, he don't seem to know what's going on, because he voted like 4 times to kill the Keystone Pipeline. Y'all know what that means? That now we got to go to our enemies to ask for oil and gas. Go to our enemy. They don't even know the definition of enemy, do they? They're always trying the definition of words and stuff. They even trying to find the definition of a woman. How do they not know the definition of a woman? That's written in my Bible. It said man and woman, does it not? And it said a woman is from the rib of a man. But don't worry about that, because they're trying to tell you a man can get pregnant. But don't tell you, no, he can't. No, he can't. We need to get this thing straight. Don't let them take you down in the elevator. They don't want to tell you what they're doing to this country. They're trying to fool you right now because they want your vote. But I'm telling you now, stand up. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. That's the kind of people we need right now. We need these warriors. We need people that are ready to fight for the liberties and freedom that we've had, guys. It's time to give it up. It's time to quit this. It's time to get leaders in Washington. Guys, we got to support the border. Guys, think about this. All this stuff is happening in less than 2 short years, not quite 2 years. All this is going on in less than 2 years. They're asking for 6 more years. That's what Senator Warnock asking for. 6 more years. We couldn't put up with that. Let's be honest. We cannot put up with that anymore. And this is what I told him. You guys, y'all, let's be honest. He told me he wanted to debate me. Y'all know that. He wanted to debate me. Everyone, all the news media wanted me to debate him. They were saying that I wasn't ready for him. I wasn't ready. And I told him, I said, guys, I'm this old country boy. You know, I don't know much. I'm going to show up. And all of a sudden I show up there, and Senator Warnock becomes Scooby-Doo. Y'all saw him. He becomes Scooby-Doo because they asked him a question. They said, sir, will you support Biden in 2024? And he goes, oh, no. And I'm like, nah, he don't want to talk. He was supposed to take on me, but I became the adult in that debate because I took him to school. Did I not take him to school? I took him to school. And that's what we got to have right now. We got to have leaders that's ready to take people to school because, let me tell you, these other leaders from other countries are looking at us. They're looking at us, and the people they see is Joe Biden. And Joe Biden don't represent Herschel Walker. The people they see is Senator Warnock don't represent Herschel Walker because he's weak. We don't need weak people representing us no more. We need people that are going to stand up strong for this country, stand up strong for this flag, stand up strong for this anthem, stand up strong for the people. Because I'm going to tell you what, a house divided cannot stand. Did you not know that? A house divided cannot stand. We got to come together. If we want something better, we got to fight to get it better. It's just not going to fall out of the sky no more. This is a spiritual battle. And when you got a spiritual battle, you need some spiritual warriors to fight for you. You need spiritual warriors to fight for you. And I tell y'all what, they ask me why I'm running. I say I'm running because I'm sick and tired of this. They say I don't need to run. Oh, yes, I do too. I need to run because the Lord has blessed me. And because he blessed me, I cannot turn my back no more. I come too far to quit now. I've come too far to quit now. And they thought I was just here for this football game. No, that ain't what he got me for. I wasn't here just for this track meet. No, that ain't what he got me for. I wasn't just here for that Olympic team. No, or the NFL. He brought me here to get rid of Senator Warnock. He got me here to get rid of him. And this is what he said. He said, and I'm going to let him know that, he's done enough for us. Now it's time for him to go. And what as he leaving the room, don't let that door handle hit him in the backside as he walk out of the door. Because right now, what he's done for Georgia is nothing. And that's what you need to know. So I want you to tell 10 of your friends to get out and vote. Vote early. Vote early. If you can't vote early, tell 10 of your friends to get out and vote. If you don't have no friends, go make some friends and tell them to get out and vote. Guys, we got to turn this country around. And the way we're going to do it is by voting, have your voices heard, your vote counted, and you got to show up to show out. That's it. You got to show up to show out. And that's what I tell them all the time. And that's what we got to do. Guys, I want to thank you so much. I do. No. Don't clap for me. Let's clap for us. Because it said we the people is what this is about. It's not we the government. It's we the people. And we got to remember that. Not we the government, it's we the people. God bless you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you now.